Let me say this. I've seen somebody on media saying that in Kisii, the government of Kisii County is running a militia. I want to ask him, my brother, you are everything. Just getting something small for my people. 24,000 young people who are going to serve in this exercise of Kazi Mashinani. You are bitter, an enemy which you have held for so long. Why can't we decide today to pray for you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a very happy man today because I've received information that the speed at which people from 045, County 045, Kisii, want to take Simba at home is accelerating each and every hour. At now, is 10,000 kilometers per hour. They're saying the Motonto man, the man who is married from China. Actually, the information we are getting on the ground is that Simba Arati is not the currently governor of Kisii County. Simba Arati currently is the deputy party leader of ODM. But now the governor of Kisii County is a very different person. That is the information we're receiving. That the governor, the person who runs Kisii County is Chunu. Who is Chunu? I know many are asking, who is Chunu? Chunu is the wife to Simba Arati, the China woman, the Chinese woman. That is the person behind leadership in Kisii County. The only thing Simba Arati does is to be the deputy party leader of ODM and speak for the party. But other things, Kisii County leadership, vile wanaongoza county yote, I'm told kwamba ni mke wa gavana ambaye anafanya hayo yote. Not sure about that, but that is the information I've received from my followers here and there. So there is something Matiang'i said, and I've seen Simba Arati fighting back. You cannot just fight a losing battle. So Matiang'i was speaking about the goonism in Kisii County, which is evident, which is something you can see because their goons nowadays, they go to people's homes, they remove them from their houses, they beat them, they take their things. And now Simba Arati comes the following day. He says, oh, you're doing a very good work. Now, that is what Matiang'i was speaking about. He said about it, and he actually articulated and said very clear that those people who attacked the Linda Mwananchi rally in Keumbu, nothing was done to them. Walishikwa wakaa siku mbili wakaachiliwa. Nyaribari Chache, member of parliament, was summoned. He did not appear. He did not appear to DC headquarters, Kisii. He also said, Kisii County governor is leading a militia. I guess you heard that statement. Let's listen to Dr. Fred Okengo Matiang'i, what he said.
The county government there in Kisii is running a militia, terrorizing people at night, going to estates, beating up people and so on, with the acquiescence of the police. Because the police know this. And everywhere in the country, you saw online last week what happened here in Allingham 1 month ago on Thika Road. 9 o'clock in the morning, thugs closed the road and terrorized people. We have begun our final descension into chaos. The question now for us as Kenyans is, how do we approach this and what are we going to do? We are beyond condemning, beyond threatening, beyond asking for action. I think for me, beginning now, and I will consult with my colleagues in the opposition, we are going to have a retreat next week, and all Kenyans of goodwill, let us now engage our thoughts and minds on how are we going to deal with this government. Because this is not ordinary business. What you are seeing here is not ordinary business. There are no arrests. The political difference is not a good enough excuse to inflict the kind of loss and pain that we have seen this weekend. And while we are on that, and I will discuss more of this.
Good. That is what Dr. Fred Matiang'i said, that Kisii County government is now managing a militia. And which is very true. I can confirm that there is a growing trend of goons in Kisii County. Even others are on the pay slip. Wengine wamewekwa wanalipwa kila mwezi. I can even take you where they are. I can even take you where they eat. I can even point out them because I know them. I have the evidence. As Yasahab, I have the evidence. I've seen them beating people. I have the evidence. I've seen them maiming women. I have the evidence. So that one, I'm good. Matiang'i said, Kisii County leadership is leading a militia ya kuchapa watu, kuwaumiza watu ni Kisii Town and Kisii County. He also talked about the attack of Linda Mwananchi because Nyaribari Chacha member of parliament did not appear. Those people who were arrested, they were released and nothing has happened ever since. And now we can say, uchunguzi unaendelea. Now, that aside, Kisii County Governor, Simba Arati, the acting governor, is acting on behalf of his wife, who is now the actual governor, has retaliated to Dr. Matiang'i, saying that when Matiang'i was in charge, he was the CS and he was also the prime minister. He was acting like a prime cabinet secretary. He did nothing to the Omogusi community. He was even unable to have the kazi mashinani which Simba Arati launched the other day. Forgetting, that's why we say shule ni mzuri sana. Forgetting that kazi mtaani ilianza lini. Kazi mtaani ilianza lini. Forgetting that. Hata ametoa hiyo Shimba kazi mashinani, ametoa kwa kazi mtaani. Kazi mtaani was Uhuru Kenyatta's thing. Kazi mtaani was Matiang'i's thing. So he's forgetting that all those things were invented by Uhuru and Matiang'i. You know, that is why we say, shule masomo ni ya maana sana. He's even saying Matiang'i did not do anything in Kisii when he was the cabinet, when he was everything in the government. He's even forgetting himself that Matiang'i did exemplarily. Watoto walipita vizuri. Wizi wa mitihani. Matiang'i is not a communist. Si mtu wa community moja. Matiang'i did Kenya proud at large. Si kwamba sasa ufanyie kabila yako. Hapana. Matiang'i is not Ruto. That polisi umewaingisha kila mahali. Hapana. Matiang'i is not Ruto. Matiang'i is for Kenyans, not a community. That is what he should do. So when you talk about Matiang'i, don't say what he did to the Omogusi community. Say what he did to Kenya. Because Matiang'i hana ubaguzi, hana ukabila. He works for all Kenyans. Let's listen to how Simba Arati has retaliated and what he has said. Please make sure you subscribe and you leave a comment.
Let me say this. I've seen somebody on media saying that in Kisii, the government of Kisii County is running a militia. I want to ask him, my brother, you are everything. Just getting something small for my people. 24,000 young people who are going to serve in this exercise of kazi mashinani. You are bitter, an enemy which you have held for so long. Why can't we decide today to pray for you? Tigankuwa neke kusi. Omuntu narote banga nkuwa neke kusi. Omuntu narote nga embwate bibago kiri bwe 24 kikwabuusa gusi. Bali mure kazi mashinani nebibago mure. Kose nemetara mo kwabuusa. Na kuigoreme amakarabati. Omuntu akuwa nenga nga oyina omuntu okulyo borari. Nga Gusiiland nebibago birororo. Lero le militia kalibo.
Because ask yourself the question. You can go far back to the attacks in Odaya when Rigathi Gachagua was going to church and he was attacked there by armed people and so on. All the way the 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago when Linda Mwananchi convoy was stoned in a place called Keumbu in Kisii. Those guys were arrested. They were to court on Monday. There wasn't No prosecutor, there wasn't a file, there was nothing. The magistrate released them, they walked away. When the local member of parliament was invited to record a statement by the DCI, he did not as much as turn up. We lost a life there, a gentleman called Mapinduzi. We buried him a while ago, and that story is gone. We are going on. No investigations done, no arrests, nothing. 2 weeks earlier, elected leaders, members of the county assembly in Kisii, were beaten up by thugs in the center of town at 9 a.m. in the morning. When I arrived there with a bunch of lawyers to see these guys in hospital, the police officers were telling me they don't have B3, all manner of these silly excuses you keep hearing all the time. To this day, no one has been arrested or prosecuted about that. The county government there in Kisii is running a militia, terrorizing people at night.